Hello, boys and girls. My name is Koyoshi, and welcome back to my 100% blind playthrough of, well, I guess it's Side Quest Simulator again, because it seems like we still haven't left this mode of the game, because to be fair, there are lots of side missions. But, we are near the end of this, funnily enough. But, as you can see in the last video, besides doing other stuff, we discovered there were not one, not two, but 3 more soul challenges in a row, and guess what? They all require level 100 Pokemon. Ooh, this is not going to be fun at all. Get prepared to see a lot of maybe annoyance, maybe anger, and lots of oozing, because these trials seem probably even harder than the other ones. Because, see, before in the Lucario battle, it was just one Pokemon you have to face. I found out you have to face down somehow 3 Pokemon simultaneously. There is no way in heck I think I will ever be able to do this without using items. In fact, if anybody has done this with items, please let me know, because I am not going to waste that much time doing it. So basically, all these battles really boil down to is get hit, use a healing item. Get it too much, you die. When you get close to, run away, then heal with other stuff. Because of that, I had to set up Meganium to be an absolute tank as a result. She's more or less just going to be hyper beaming and leech sheeting over and over again, and we're just going to keep doing that until we survive, because, like I said, she has the worst defenses of all of them. Which is why we're going to start with her trial first. Anyways, yes, we have to clear all these soul challenge. Yes, this stupid girl called Arcanus. This is putting us for the Rainer here. Alright, well, yes, I know I have to pass each of these trials. Well, let's try it. So we need to do 3 battles. 3 Pokemon we have to defeat in a row. And to make things extra annoying, each one of them always knows the strongest type move in the entire existence. So we pretty much have to use this to survive, or else we're just gonna get straight up screwed. And see, look, even now, like, Meganium's set up in such a way where I don't think you can win without using items. Like, it's just unfair. It's almost like they made this to force you to use healing items. Anyway, so, long story short, if you know what to do, it's actually not that bad. You just need to be quick, move around, and you're gonna need to basically drop a healing item every few minutes or so. It's not fun, but this is what the game has come to now. We have like 30 different full restorers, so it's not gonna be the end of the world if we film this. Anyways, we need to keep occasionally putting up light screen and replenishing it. And then using healing items when we run out of healing items. Hopefully using this to have it take multiple hits from battles. Okay, good. We can start using a second move called Earth Power as well, but we couldn't use it against Charizard, in case you didn't notice, because he was fine. Anyways, I think most of the strategy from here really is just Leech Seed, Leech Screen. Immediately after that, we need to just keep healing, because as you can see, we let off just for a minute, thinking she could take another hit, and bam, we lost immediately. As you can see, these battles are, like, even harder than the hardest, and if you lose, you also probably lose your so yeah. Very trolly for unnecessary reasons. So, of course, we need to follow this specific strategy, otherwise, Boss Burn will pretty much guaranteedly be a one-hit KO. And we don't get the ultimate moves to be taught until after this battle, which makes it extra annoying. Actually, this pretty much is the only reason, because of that, why we made sure to just wait until this connects, then we heal. Alright, well, if this happens again, we will probably be reloading, because we don't have all day, after all. Oh, and we definitely also need to heal right away if we get burned, or else we will very quickly die. We can try running away to avoid some of the moves, but Blast Burn is kind of like this crazy animation, so whenever it hits, we kind of have no choice but to heal out afterwards. So it's basically like, oh, this is a very tough battle. Get hit, use item. Get hit, use item. It's not annoying, it's more like unfair is really the word to describe this, basically. Because of the way it's set up, and because of the way it's set up, basically, we basically have to use a full restore every time we get burned, as well as another healing item every few minutes or so. Okay, well that time we survived, unlike the last time. Not sure what was different there, game. We better set up Elite Seed and then quickly set up Light Screen. And I think starting in the later parts, we may have to also start running away, because for some reason Magnesium is not able to protect like the others. Okay, we can just destroy it with a Hyper Room here. Oof, close. We kind of need to be on par, too, with opening the menu. Or else we're just gonna get completely destroyed. Which is not fun. And yes, every one of them has Blast Burn, if you're wondering. Though, for some reason, G will ever use Double Team first. And then we're gonna get a Blast Burn. Alright. It is pretty important, too, to make sure that you heal the moment this move connects, or else you could die. Okay, didn't dodge that. We do have a little bit of move power with Earth Power, though, we can use. And if we don't get a Blast Burn, we can always try using this. Oh, that crit. I knew immediately. That crit. So yeah, moves can crit in this game, and if that happens, I'm not going to let the healing items get lost. So yeah, every time that happens from now on, since we have to use healing items to even get through that, we get to try again. And yes, normally, I think either my move fell off, which I don't think happened. Either that, or the Blast Burn just straight up crit. I think the Blast Burn just straight up crit there. There's nothing we could have done there, so we get to redo that whole battle again. Hopefully this time Blast Burn doesn't crit. Yes, moves can crit. I'm pretty sure I'm already aware of that, though. If this keeps happening, we may want to also EV train this. This was probably the most important guy to actually EV train. Because you kind of need them fully maxed out in order to tank these hits. Okay, well, we got our items back, which is perfect. Only annoying part about using Hyper Beam is we do, of course... I know it's Blast Burn, but kind of need to heal. I think that was a good choice. Magnesium almost died there. You can run away from some of the moves too, just like in the other game modes. If you're fast enough, you can not potentially get hit by certain moves, which can help out a bit. Okay, we're just gonna repeat what we did before. Light Screen, Leech Seed, for the extra healing. Heal when we see it happen, then use... Oh, we didn't even see that burn. Of course it burned right after we did the thing. Okay, well, we got him before he could use Blast Burn this time. Jeez Louise. Well, let's purposely wait for this to connect before we use a full Restorer. We're gonna Leech Seed from here. Refresh light screen before be using that. We got our heal back. It was like just in time. Blaziken seems to be like the worst of the two, but unlike the others, if you have enough power, you might be able to just straight up defeat it with before it can do anything. Which is very useful if you can do it like that. Okay, good. Defeat it again. For it. Hopefully you have enough time to save before this blast burn kicks in. Alright. We'll just repeat the cycle again. Okay. Definitely need to use a max potion again. That's crazy that almost say that even with items, this is still extra hard. All because they decided to give them the strongest moves in the game on top of everything else that's happening. And yeah, Blast Burn did probably crit because that's what it does normally. Which tells me either my healing didn't went off or we straight up got crit. Alright, well, we won that time, so I'm not sure what was different about that. Anyways, that's probably the worst of them. Because the others, we can use Mega Evolution for there. This one, Mega Evolution doesn't help. Toppling 3 fire types using only a Magnium is feat for the books. Yes. Marvelous. Well, at least she compliments us for our going through such hard times. An obvious success in the trial of grass for the step towards mastering all of your ultimate techniques. I'll give you this TM. Renzi Plant. I'm impressed. Keep all the effort up until all 3 trials are cleared. And now we get to use our actual main, which is Embor, but even he had to be changed around a bit. He had to be changed around. We apparently were also supposed to get Drain Punch, but we never bought it, so actually something I am gonna do before I get clumsy is... I don't know. I was thinking of buying Drain Punch for that dude we were at earlier. We met him during the side mission, I think, and yeah, he apparently gives a bunch of TMs, but I'm gonna prove we can do it without it, because if we can just time a close combat at the end, we might be able to win that way. Besides, most of this strategy is basically the same as before. We are basically just gonna heal to get hit. This time we will not retreat, however, because we didn't save. In fact, if we die, we will save. Okay, then. And by the way, if you're wondering, Embor is again set up with Dig. And this is all just to avoid Hydro Cannon. If we do happen to get hit though, we can also just heal anyway. Okay. Alright. Let's actually do this thing for real. We didn't have Mega Evolution before this. Now we do have it. It should help us do a bit more damage. Make their moves kind of useless. Because of how powerful it is, we're going to keep using Dig every now and then, as that gives us a little bit of a safety net here. Against her Pokemon that are otherwise very hard to deal with. Hydro Cannon is apparently extra fast though, so you need to be quick or else it will immediately hit you anyway. Okay, this time we escaped it this time properly. Okay, well now we have no choice but to close combat and Dig, because otherwise we don't have anything else to do. So annoyingly enough, we have to do lots of safety nets now. Looks like we're just gonna be digging mostly. Barely avoided it. Oh, it doesn't help this Swampert is also leftovers. The Swampert is running leftovers of its own, which is gonna make it extra trolly to defeat. I guess I just missed it somehow. That must be what happened. Alright. Doesn't help, it keeps using muddy water every few minutes or so. Okay, well that one we had coming. Because they didn't heal fully enough. So yeah, as you might guess, these are by far the toughest. We kind of lied, I guess, when we said that those other ones were the toughest challenges. These are the toughest challenges, because you're forced to exclusively beat Pokemon that just use specific things. That is not fun at all, honestly, but as you might have guessed, the strategy is more than likely Mega Evolve either early or later when it's needed. I'm gonna start with Meg first, though, doing it normally, before Mega Evolving immediately afterwards. And then from here, we might just Thunder Punch him, I guess. Of the moves we get, Thunder Punch is by far our most damaging move. The good news about Embor's challenge because of that is any Pokemon that isn't ground type, like this Swampert right here, can be easily defeated by just getting other stuff, but it also means that we have to deal with more problems along the way. I think also the idea is you can, like, skip them. Alright, well, that time we actually defeated him properly this time. And by the way, these are very predictable opponents. This, will always use the ultimate move first. She will never do anything else. And from there, seems like we didn't even really need close combat except for the Swampert. So we really was just spam Thunder Punch. Yeah, that's probably the easier of the trials. We kind of got caught off guard in that first one, so we weren't ready for it. And he kept healing too, which didn't help. Beating 3 Water-type Pokemon using only an Emvor is also an achievement to boast about, apparently. Marvelous. Now of your sense of the Trial Fire, and for the step towards mastering all my ultimate techniques, I'll give you this DM, Blast Burn. Impressed. Keep up the effort until all 3 trials are cleared. Alright. We don't have a... we didn't have the other starter in yet, though. This Feraligatr is the one we're going to be using next, and he has a very impressive set, because unlike the others, he cannot use Dig, but he also can use Protect, so we're just going to have to kind of learn the timing and try to hopefully protect the first move. Like, we should probably be protecting whenever she uses the ultimate move. We can't have that hit us, or else we probably die immediately. And then we'll heal as needed. Beyond that, it's probably even a fun... The strategy of Feraligatr is probably even more funner, because it'll be just Ice Fang, Dragon Claw over and over again until we win. That's why we have those moves, because those moves allow us to break through these otherwise very impenetrable grass-type defenses. Alright, and now we have to deal with Frenzy Pant. So, let's see what we're up against. And yes, of course you have to level every one of them up to level 100 to stand a chance. There is no way you're doing this without leveling up to 100. And the Meganium one in particular is pretty much impossible. Perfect timing. Alright, now we just need to spam Ice Fang and Dragon, and yeah, eventually we'll just win. course, if we do get hit with anything else, we need to be prepared to heal as well. After all, we can only do so many moves at once. Good timing on that. It helps that he's also unable to move straight up for like a few minutes. I think the idea though is like, after say up Swords Dance, you just take them out before they can do much else. Beyond that, it seems to be just protect. Oh my gosh, this is a long delay. Oh, what the? What in the world did you just do, miss? I think this is the very first time I saw her use something Ardent Frenzy Plant. This is a untrained for Alligator, by the way. No stat buffs. And somehow it still lived that Frenzy Plant. Wow. Must be a big beast. Okay, alright, I get it. This guy's extra tanky. Okay, well, we did get a phase there. That helps out. Alright, well, that's probably the second hardest, but it was only because she trolled us. Decided to use Seed Bomb instead. Usually, they always use Frenzy Plant right away. She tricked us there. Used something else instead. Well, besting 3 Grass-type Pokemon using only for Alligator is a triumph to be lauded. And just like that, we're done. At last, you've done it. But cheers, congratulations. You've cleared all 3 of my trials. I suggest some trial water for the step towards mastering all my ultimate techniques. I'll give you these TMs. A Hydro Cannon. Techniques boast tremendous power, but their recoil leaves their user wide open. It takes a trainer with this tactical mind to use them properly. I trust you'll work hard to be such a trainer, though. Okay. Well, that was at least interesting enough. It wasn't too hard, but it was also kind of annoying at first. I think the only fitting thing to do now is, first, obviously, bring back in our whole party that keeps getting turned around. I almost forgot about this battle. I thought all of the battles were done, but then I remembered this thing, and yeah. Kind of got shocked by it, not gonna lie, but hey, at least we did the hardest part of the game now, am I right? Now that we have a setup with Emboar, it would be ridiculous to not have him on Blast Burn. We could probably burn fools down with it after all. Knowing me. Pokemon is what other opponent Pokemon, of course, is what I mentioned. And yeah, sure enough, Emboar can learn it. Only the special can learn it, by the way. Beyond having Protect, which I kind of wanted anyway, I kind of want to... I kind of don't like using Dig. It's kind of cheap, and I think Thunder Punch is more than enough to do quick damage anyway now. So I might just keep that on with Protect as well as Blast Burn. As for getting them to be plus moves, I still haven't figured out how to do that. But yay, we got all the different super moves now. Alright. Sorry if I sound late, it's just, I was not looking forward to having to do another solo battle. And it looks like doing that also spawned in another quest. I did say this wasn't necessarily going to end yet, and I actually was right spot on the money. There is actually another battle I want to use it on. Genesect definitely could have been one of those. We definitely could have used it on Genesect, but there's arguably a much more powerful Pokemon to use it on that's much harder. Alright. Apparently we have to go all the way into Lysandre Labs, though, for some reason, for this secret. Not even to this far, too. All the way to the basement as well. Man. Oh, not even there either. Man. Where is this side mission at? We're just walking into an area and not even finding... There we go. Alright. We found it. This might actually be the super one, believe it or not. Alright. Well, From one hard side mission to an next, I suppose. Do we really have a choice of the matter? We have to do all the side missions anyways if we want to get 100%, so guess we're doing this one now. Not gonna lie though, that solo challenge really scared me, but from here on out we'll be able to use our full party, so it should be a little bit more forgiving, hopefully. And hopefully not force us to use items immediately. We'll go with this one, because does it really matter which one we use fully? And it's probably going to be a hard battle either way, so we're just going to go straight to it and use our star donuts, because we just need to use them anyway. Alright. Oh, it's here. Wait, it's not the thing that I thought it was. Oh, it's another one of those double battles, actually. I must say, Felipe, I keep hearing your name whenever I speak to Luminose's great chefs. I'm beginning to wonder if there's more to you than meets the eye. I'm just your average thug who grew up here in Luminose City. Though I did get to know this one chef back in the day. He'd go on about how much effort folks like them put into their food, even though their hard work disappeared the instant it was enjoyed. That encounter inspired me to truly appreciate meals with my heart and soul, that's all. You seem pretty particular about things yourself. Croissants are always perfectly baked, and that dash of salt you add is just right. Heat is a science. If you measure precisely and follow the steps in order, you should never fail. Train my team to be able to adjust the heat of their fiery moves to a precise grade. That's the kind of workmanship explains why you're such a fine trainer as well. It's certainly true that regulating one's power is an important factor in battles. Honestly, who's got the energy to assess about food this much? It tastes delicious if you work up an appetite after a long day of work. Rizal, I'd love the chance to battle Felipe here. Won't you join me? Might as well. Like I said, hunger is the best spice. Valley does work up an appetite. Why you battle alongside me? Well, I almost wanted to hold on a second and change my but we'll do it. Let's make us a battle that'll really leave a mark. We'll start by just running with whatever Pokemon we have and then switch over to our water type. Charizard, let your dark flames fire forth. Get ready to be burned to the ground, huh? Alright. The only one that's burned after this battle, I think. Okay, he also has a flying type as well. Didn't even go for me. Well, if we can quickly do damage, we might be able to them out before they really do much, actually, at all. Okay. I just realized we could kind of just wait on this switch screen, but I think if we do, we might not be able to switch anymore. Okay, well, we're gonna use Gyarados now. And surf and waterfall it up. Alright. He's gonna Mega Evolve. Charizard's about to Mega Evolve. We're gonna burn so bright, we'll be blinding. Let's ignite with Mega Evolution, Charizard. Alright. Okay. Okay. No, it's all about building a new life for ourselves. Let's Mega Evolve into something new. Alright then. Okay, well, we took him out before he could take out our Pokemon then. And they're both done now. There's no greater happiness as a trainer than getting to burn bright in battle. I'm pretty sure food would taste even better after winning than after losing, huh? That seems too good to be true. We may have lost, but I'm glad I had the chance to fight such a fierce... Anyway, Felipe, I felt as if my passion for cooking had been ignited anew. Sure, whatever. Look, here's a little something for joining in on the fun. And now we have extra options for Grisham's chef hat and job set. Want to pair that with Grisham's signature hairstyle as well, that'd be something. Meaning the right people in your life can set you on the correct path, can it? I just realized I may have had to change my outfit in that hour of battle, but because I had it already, it just works. Oh, looks like our survey is complete. Guess what that means? Back to another 5-star wild zone. We definitely need to make sure we do all those now, especially considering we know that those are the best ways to find those specific... Your hard work is much appreciated. Now you earned enough points, we are ready to conduct another special scan. If you don't mind, come to the boss's office. We can discuss the details there. Did we already see you, Felipe? Now we're about to see you again? Well, let's do it. Okay. There's probably still going to be a few more side missions after this, but like I said, we've done the majority of them, and now with that one done, we're all hopefully now actually done with the hard ones. I did make sure to check, but it's probably because I haven't played in a long time, or didn't immediately recognize that those are also hard. Well, I think it's time that we make some strong donuts now, shall we? We need a lot of specific ones, but we're specifically after ones with a high sour value. Yeah, I learned what that is. It's called sour, apparently. We need a high sour value if we want to get the donuts we need. But we can also add in other stuff to try and add in other effects as well. Because it's not like we're going to make it any better by not doing this. So we're going to make a set that has really high sour value, and we're going to make a couple of these. We will replenish some of them anyways when we go into a 5-star wild zone. The main thing we're after here is not what we just got there. It's this one, this Item Power Special. That one we want to use on the Wild Zone. Because that actually, believe it or not, improves your odds of getting that elusive item I mentioned earlier. And I think you can still technically reroll those. I'm not sure if you could do it anymore, though, because last time we tried one, I feel like it just immediately reset. So you can't, like, reroll those infinitely. To try and get the item to be guaranteed, you just gotta go through, smash it, hope you get lucky. It could have been because I teleport or did something else too that saved. I honestly didn't even know you could save inside the zones itself. Very odd. Wouldn't defeat the purpose to save inside a wild zone? Alright. Well, we need to locate these. Oh, I just realized it can just pop in as a 5-star battle zone. So it sometimes won't be the right zone. Wait, does that mean that... Oh, wait. Now we're trying something. So, in case you haven't noticed, I hate battle zones a lot. But because we saved before even doing that, yes, if you get unlucky, yeah, at the very least, you can just keep saving and reload these special scans, and each time you do, the scan will be different. Typically. Apparently not today, I don't know what. that's causing it to change, but it could be that it's also set specifically. I have no clue, but I'm just saying that if this works, then we can probably potentially reload this infinitely. It didn't just give us a battle zone, though. It gave us the exact same thing, too. I don't think you can actually reroll it, but I thought I would give it a try. Once again, the game cutting my dreams short. I'm gonna try something, though. I'm gonna reroll and move around a bit, do other stuff, and then I'm just gonna travel back to the Rusty office before sleeping again. Maybe that will adjust the RNG enough that, it makes it not do that. It could have been that. It really was already predetermined. If any case, then we have no choice but to do that battle zone. I think my idea, though, is I want to change it so that it's a wild zone, because wild zones are more useful for items, but battle zones can also sometimes be helpful. Just not always. Okay. Well, let's try this again. Okay, I don't think it can be changed. I think it's always the same, so it's manipulated to be the same. So, it's determined pretty much before you even go in, so you have no choice but, if it's a bad one, exit, then leave immediately so it disappears. Or, probably the more interesting one, just immediately go in there like you would normally, but afterwards. We could still technically find stuff, but I'm not sure if I want to even use that anymore, because, like, do we really want to waste this? I guess it doesn't matter. We only get these for the Pokeballs anyway. It'll just be extra tight, I guess, to, well, defeat the trainers in this area and still get all the items as well. And we'll be staying here for longer because of that. Alright. Oh, and just to make matters worse, we're in an awkward starting spot. Oh, we got a prism scale already. Okay, well, we're doing this well, actually. Oh, well, okay, well, that didn't take too long. Just using one of those, because it was level 3, look what we got. An auspicious armor. That's exactly what we were after. That would have been super hard to get otherwise. I guess this just naturally gave it to me. Sort of. We could save our progress inside here, too, so in case we mess up, we know for sure that we've grabbed that item. Yep, there it is. We got 2 sets of auspicious armor, actually. More than we needed, but that was fine. I think we have to get Kumpeo, potentially. Some of these trainers are in such tight spots that more than likely we cannot do anything once we see them here. Okay. Okay, well, that was fast. Alright, well, Battlezone, you're not as useless anymore as I thought. Just using that 3-star special item sep was enough to get us the item we were after. Oh yeah, in fact, we're getting a lot of them now. I don't like that that is our only item. But it is what it is. Okay. The only annoying part is that we're in the sewers. One of the most complicated layouts ever. But to be fair, we were only really just after the side items. I'm not sure if there even is 10 trainers. We're just gonna have to get caught by all of them. We can actually main them out by using this. Because when we're mega evolving, you can't even do anything. Of course, because it's a high level zone, that also means their Pokemon are actually pretty tough to deal with. But how are we supposed to know what they use at first? We kind of just have to go with the failure, you know? Hope for the best. Now, surely they won't be using, like, the super ultimate moves, right? We already saw one trainer using them. Surely other randoms won't think to use stuff like Hydro Cannon and Blast Burn and all that. Alright, well, we're gonna use the automatic healing on him twice to heal up so we can actually battle with Gardevoir, because ultimately I think Gardevoir is the best choice for this kind of region. I think we have advantages against 2 of the 3 types. Oh, we got an upgrade as well. So again, 3 stars, our wild zones, great places to actually get these rare items. So of course we're gonna go after every single Pokeball we see. Oh boy, well, now we know we have to switch. That's a Corviknight. It's dark, so we need to use Trick type instead. And we'll just use that. They could send out pretty much any other one. That's gonna paralyze it, making it easier to take out. I did that mostly just in case Thunderbolt missed, but beyond that, yeah, we're fine. Oh, now we need a water type to get rid of this And yes, obviously, like, it doesn't matter which one you do for just collecting these rare items. It's more like you just need to make sure you have the... it could have probably been just about anything, you know? We just happened to get lucky that it chose to give us specifically... We could just switch, I think. Won't be that much different than traveling normally. Okay. Meanwhile, we're still just as useless as ever. Oh, free heal as well, because this is a nurse. A nurse dry. That is a nurse. Yes. I don't think items picked up the ground count towards the rare item theme, by the way. So, I think defeating enough of these trainers will be kind of hard with how tight this map is, but I think we can maybe get it done. We just need to, like, hurry even more than normal. Not to mention, they'll respawn once we get one of them done. Ooh, barely avoided him. We almost got caught by the sun. I was about to say, maybe it'll take itself out with that fair bits of this. But nope. Or rather, take itself out with the recoil damage afterwards. Flying type. Let's just use 2. Oh, that was a weird spot to go, right, you? But is what it is. Oh, didn't even get to reach me there. Alright. Well, if we're fast, we could probably get through all this fast enough. But it's definitely tighter than expected. Oh wait, I forgot we had our fairy type, so we can just defeat dark types using that. I was wrong the whole time. I should have just been using this instead. Well, we're gonna keep using Nivore in that case, because yeah, he also deals with those dark types pretty well. They are mostly actually fighting and flying types, though. Although that one was different. So just as I thought, we have to defeat more trainers to spawn more of them. That sounded kind of weird, I will say. We also do need to be careful of those big trainers that will sometimes use alphas. Anyone that is a hologram will usually use alpha Pokemon. Also, I don't really care if this stays open the full way. I was mainly in here with the specific item mind so that I could get the auspicious armor, at least one, but we got way more than we needed. In fact, we got pretty much everything we needed, in fact. I wish there was a way to slow down the timer, well, besides, you know, just doing the normal strats. But so far, it doesn't seem to be one like that. I think the biggest filler for me in this part was just not enough room to move around entirely. Not to mention, it's already 5 stars, so yeah, we don't even get to finish that battle. We just energy and getting it out. But that's why we mostly focused on going for those Pokeballs, though. Because we still, in the end, got as much as we wanted. Well, I'm not going to forget about this part, so let's look for that Chargadet we had earlier now that I said I would need to evolve. This has the potential to take a lot longer, by the way, and I ended up getting this on pretty much my very first Wild Zone that we had level 3 special power on, and that's why we went with Sour specifically, so we could try and manipulate that power to show up. Because unlike the others, I think you can re-roll those. So you could just, if you don't have a lot of stuff, just keep re-rolling the donut until it rolls into special power level 3. And then all you have to do is use the item bond from Cadet so it evolves. Alright. Better use this and not the other one, because that'd be weird. I say if you're worried and only end up actually getting one of the battle items from the 5-star area, then more than likely you'll want to use Orange. You'll just want to wait for that to pop up so you can evolve into either Hodge or Ceruledge and then just pick the other one whenever you go to battle that dude, but it didn't seem like it mattered anyway. We got a bunch of the upgrade items, which, as you might have guessed, almost every one of them is on table, including the malicious and auspicious armor. If I had not looked at my mind, I probably wouldn't have known about that, I imagine. Okay, well, on that note, I think this is a good time to end the episode, actually. We're close. We are close to the end of the side missions. Believe me, we will get there eventually. But now we need to focus down on hunting down that Viper so we can get that stuff done, because we still haven't found that yet. So, yep. Till then, I will see you guys in the next video. Comment, rate, subscribe, and we're getting close to having done all the side missions. If we finish all of those out, from there it's basically just going to be find the rest of the Pokemon and get good, I guess. Until then, see you guys later. Bye.